welcome to this episode of Live from the Hombre Cave. Hope you guys had a great week. I definitely did. Lots of stuff going on here in the Hombre Cave. Let's check in with our subscribers, see what's going on right now. Hey, Ray Elizondo, what's up? How you doing? Bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it tonight. Hi from Boston. Hey, Christopher. Hi from my wife and daughter just came back from Boston. They were in Marlboro for a hockey tournament. Hey, Justin Fajarski, hola, bienvenido, welcome, glad you can make it. Hey, Sky, glad to see you again, bienvenido, glad you can make it. Hey, Johnny Soto, bienvenido, happy Friday. Hey, Fatty Cratty, salute from Michigan. Hey, Midwest in the house, Midwest. How you doing? I'm keeping warm out there in Michigan. Hey, Pizza Time, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you could make it. Hey, oops. Hey, Rosh, glad you can make it. West LA in the house. Hey, Jan, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it today. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what happened this week, what's going on this week. First of all, I want to talk about my impersonator. I guess some guy on Instagram loaded up a profile and put my face as its profile picture, called himself Hombre Tequilas, and went on to rip people off. Well, just so you know, that's not me. That wasn't my profile. So I apologize for those of you that were ripped off. The clear giveaway that it wasn't me should have been the Clase Azul bottles on the profile. You would never see that on anything that I ever did. But I've had as many people as I can report them, and hopefully Instagram gets on the ball and shuts them down. The last thing I just saw is one of my members posted something they got from him saying they didn't see anything illegal that was being done by the guy, but the guy's copying my content and putting it on his Instagram. He has me blocked, so I can't see his profile from Instagram. He blocked me right away, I guess, as he's stealing my content. But my wife was able to get him, and it says it's from Nigeria on Instagram on where he checked in from. So I don't know. So if you see this guy and he's got Fortaleza, hey, fat kid, it's 30 degrees in Michigan, I guess is what you're saying. All right. So if you see this guy on Instagram, don't buy from him, because it's not going to turn out good for you. I don't sell any tequila or spirits myself, and it said on there he had like scotch and all kinds of stuff he was selling. I mean, that should have been a clue too, since I'm strictly a tequila guy. So all right, so we got, what is it, Miao para Roro. Hola a todos from New York City. Nice. NYC in the house, bienvenido, welcome. Hey, Frankish, hola, bienvenido, welcome. Christopher says that hopefully not many got robbed. No, none of them got robbed. I guess Marlboro's not a good neighborhood. They were pretty much at the hockey rinks and stuff, so they were fine. So so hopefully you guys don't get involved with this this impersonator of mine, the Hombre Tequilas or whatever it is. All right, so next thing I want to do, I want to talk a little bit about the El Gran Legado, the tequila I reviewed this week. I've been spending some more time with it. It's a good Blanco, but the more time I spent with it, the more I was like, meh, it's okay. It's not great. It's probably something that I won't buy again to put on my shelf, or add on, keep on my shelf on a regular basis. It's good, but it's just not. It's not fantastic. It's not great. So, it doesn't hold a candle to that Carrera Lote CTB 045. That one by far is the best Blanco I've ever tasted, bar none. better than any other Blanco I've ever tasted. I set a goal for what I wanted to find in a Blanco tequila, and that's like pure cooked agave taste with no additives, clean, but just a beautiful cooked agave taste. And the Carrera did it. The Carrera was the first one to do it. This one doesn't. It has the nice cooked agave taste to it, but it's got this bitterness too, this lingering bitterness that kind of, you know, balances things out a little bit. But the longer it's kind of sits and lingers, the kind of that bitterness hangs in there for a little bit. And you know, if you do shots and stuff, it may not be a bother for you, but if you're a sipper like me, it's okay. I mean, after you drink enough of it, you start drinking and you get enough buzz and stuff going, it won't bother you that much probably. But for me, it's not something that I want to keep drinking. But I'll tell you what, if you guys want to, anybody wants to try it, for those of you that don't know me and are new to the channel here, the reason why I do the Hombre Cave here is because it kind of gives you an insight into me, into what I do. And this channel is going to work, along with the Tequila Hombre channel. So this is kind of like an inside the Hombre Cave. This is what we call it, the man cave at home. Because I have my wife and my daughter and we have a female dog. And so there's just me and my dog Brewski are the only two guys, right? So this is our escape. This is what we call the man cave, the Hombre Cave. So I got all kinds of cool things in here that I can show you guys that we're going to talk about on this channel that we're not going to do on the Tequila Hombre channel. Things like, you know, pairing with cigars, some of the other things that I do that are pretty cool here. But also we're gonna talk a little bit more in depth about things. So when I do a review on the Tequila Hombre channel, we're going to talk about the product afterwards more in depth here and open it up on a live stream for more Q&A. I used to do the live stream reviews, but people didn't like kind of that format. So I'm just going to do the recorded reviews on the Tequila Hombre, and we'll talk about them more here. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm kind of a guy that likes to just connect people with tequila, get it in your hands, get you to try it. And that's one of the reasons why we brought ferment and still into the mix. So what I'm going to do is when I do a review and I come here and we do a live stream on the Hombre Cave, I'm going to give away samples of the stuff that I'm reviewing. So some of you guys can try this stuff that I'm talking about without having to spend money to buy a bottle. You can try it and see what it's like. Okay. So the only stipulations here is that it's giving away. I'm not selling it by any means. And it's, you have to be 21 years of age or older. So I will, if you win a sample bottle, you will have to verify to me that you're 21 years of age before we send it out to you, because I will not do anything that contributes to the delinquency of a minor. And I would want to make sure that everyone's of the correct age when I send these things off to you. But I will do a sample bottle of the Legado. So if you're interested in trying a sample of Legado, tell you what, just comment and say I love Blancos on the stream, and then what I'll do is I'll randomly pick somebody that says I love Blancos here before the end of the feed, and I'll maybe send off 2 samples of the Legado to people that want to try it. So those are the kind of things I'm going to do here on the Tequila Hombre channel. For those people that come and can contribute and participate, I'm just going to randomly say, hey, I'm going to send you a sample bottle of something to try. Even some of the rare stuff that I have, I'm not a hoarder. I'm not somebody that just buys stuff to hoard and to keep for myself. I'm a sharer. So even if I have an old bottle of something that you've never seen before and can't get anymore, hey, I'll crank out a couple samples and send them off to people so they can try them. That's the kind of person I am. And a lot of the people that are my members and stuff will tell you that that's exactly kind of who I am. So, all right, so let me see. No, you meant the jerk on Instagram. Yeah, hopefully not many got robbed. Yeah, okay, I thought you were talking about the hockey players in Marlboro. All right, yeah, hopefully not too many people got taken by that guy. So being from the same nom, how do you think the Legado compares with the Cascaween? I actually like the Cascaween, the Plata 48 better. I like the Plata better. Hombre doesn't sell tequila, but he sure does educate us on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Mio Pararoro. That's what I want to do is I want to teach you guys. I want to give you the power because, you know, when you have the power, when the consumer has knowledge, they have power, right? So when you have knowledge about what you're looking for, when you go into the store, it gives you power. You know what to buy. And that's what I'm about. And I try to give you an avenue to buy it for those people that don't have access with the ferment and still. That's the reason why I got it and partnered with them and do the partnership there. It's easier for you guys to get it, the people that want it. And we'll talk about that too in a little bit. So, hey, Stephanie, bienvenida, welcome. Glad you can make it. All right, we got our Olive Blancos coming in. Okay, we'll pick somebody here before the end of the show here to get a sample. I may give away quite a few of them. So, Chris, everyone's in for the Olive Blancos. Okay, good. Everybody that loves Blancos, you're in the running for some sample bottles. All right, so we'll do that. Now, next thing I want to talk about is our aging projects, because a lot of you that were in on the aging project things that we're doing, they're really cool. And so I want to show you guys kind of where things are at so far. This has only been a couple days, right? But I love this. This is the G4 Madeira, right? We just put the stave in this. We did these, started these on Tuesday, I think, right? Tuesday. So what we're doing, for those of you that are new and don't know what we're doing, we're aging Blancos into our own añejos, repos or whatever, extra añejos. So we have what are called beyond barrel aging staves, which these things are great for creating your own añejos. I find that the projects that I've done taste better than what comes from the distilleries. They're that good on how well they age. And I've used home barrels before. I've used the spirals from Amazon. I've used everything, and these by far create the best results. The flavor profile on it's just phenomenal when you're looking at repos and añejos and whatever. So the G4 Madeira, this is just after 2 days, right? So this is the experimental wood, I believe, right? Yeah, the high-end experimental wood. So that's the change that we have so far in this after 2 days in the color. Okay, so keep in mind though, when you first put these staves in, it's going to pull the color out of the wood before anything else. So the flavor really hasn't changed at this point, but you look at the color. Now, that was from the new experimental wood that Chris gave me. And you guys all met Chris. Where's the other bottle? Where did the other bottle go? I just had it right here. Oh, here it is. All right, so that was the experimental wood that Chris wanted me to experiment with and compare it against the regular wood. All right, so here's the regular wood. Now, the high proof really does a good job of drawing out the color and stuff out of the wood, right? So this is, and this, just so you guys know, this is French oak, and it's a number 3 toast from Beyond Barrel. It's bbaging.com is their website. But look at the color on this thing right now. Look at that. That's only 3 days. Look at the color on that. It looks beautiful. Here, let me cover my face so you can see the bottle. Look at the color on that. It looks beautiful. So the color on this is going to be dark, even though it's not even 3 months, because basically 1 week in the 1 week of these staves in the bottle is equivalent to 3 months. So. Now here's the Viva Mexico. This one is French oak that was soaked in port. So this is going to be like aging in a port barrel, right? A port wine barrel. But look at the color on this one too. Look at that. And that's only 2 days. Look at the color. That's crazy. I love it. I love the color. Now keep in mind this is new wood too, right? So anytime you use new wood for a barrel, it's going to draw the color. It's going to be darker, always darker. This is the Pasote isn't doing so well. The new Pasote, but you look, there's just a little bit of color change on that one, not much. So that one's kind of interesting. I don't know why it's not drawing more color out of it, but that's a 40% alcohol. Well, so is the Viva Mexico, but the two Madeiras are, you know, higher. And then we have the Lalo Blanco that we're doing too. That's a little bit of color has changed on it, but not a whole lot. Not as significant as the higher proof. So the higher proof definitely draws more color out. So these are cool. So what we're going to do, for those of you that are new, we're going to be doing, I'm going to be tasting them every week to see where they're at and to see how much longer they need to be aging for. So you can watch the progress of these as we move along. And if you want to, you know, do one as well, you can pick up the aging staves at bbaging.com. You can order them there, and just make sure you put down that you want a number 3 toast. And then pick your own Blanco to age them with. And you can make your own añejos and not pay these ridiculous prices, or make your own extra añejos and not pay these ridiculous prices that everyone's complaining about. And instead do it yourself with Blancos, you know, at $40 to $50 a piece, or even like the G4 on fermented stills, $37.99. You can just buy some of that. There's been a lot of people that were buying the G4 off of fermented still, and they're using that for their aging projects, which is great. It turns out great. And you can soak it in any kind of bourbon you want and season it that way, or do a wine. You can experiment by seasoning them. And I did do a video on the channel where you can see how to season them. So it's great. So let me see what we got. Fortaleza. Fortaleza is... Okay, we'll talk about Fortaleza in a minute, all right? So, Hombre, hello, Hombre from Dayton, go Bengal. Yes, Houday, yes. I too love Blancos. Looking for, okay, good. Looking for conversation tonight. Good, we're gonna have good conversations. So, hey Scott, you're enjoying Cascaween Blanco right now. Okay, good. Cascaween, can't go wrong with Cascaween. My friends and I tried to do the same thing with a Tesoro Blanco recently. Oh, nice. Did you use the Beyond Barrel aging staves? I find those create the best results. So if you haven't tried them, it's bbaging.com. Check them out. They don't pay me anything. I just found them and they produce the best results. I've become friends with the owner. His name's Christopher. And their products work really great. And so I've got a group of people. We did a group project with them earlier, and everybody loved the results they got. So I don't mind endorsing what they do and recommending that you try it with their staves, because it literally produces the best repo añejos and stuff that I've ever produced with, you know, aging stuff myself. And even some of the stuff that comes from the distilleries and stuff, it's better because of the quality of the wood. You can do a lot more with it. So you've been hunting for G4 as well. You can find G4 on ferment and still. You don't need to hunt for it. We have it. They have it on ferment and still. So so glad I found this on page Instagram. So much to learn. Oh, good. Yes, we're here to help you, Todd. I'm glad you found it too. Hopefully you tell more people about it and help bring more people over. Now, between this and the Tequila Hombre channel, you want to do both of them, because both of them will work together to really make you a superstar in the tequila world and knowing what's going on. All right. I'm too scared to experiment with G4 Madeira. It's so beautiful. Yeah, it is. But you know, with this, it's a fail-proof method. So I've done one before, and that's why I know that. I drank it all. Yeah, I just finished it. Matter of fact, I sent a bottle off to one of my friends to try, but I did a bottle already, and I did it as an añejo, and it turned out amazing. You can actually see, I think I put an Instagram post on Instagram about the añejo Madeira that I made. It turned out really good. So Fat Cat, yeah, wow, right? It looks great. Christopher gives me the things. You need to, yeah, I recommend it, because literally it'll save you a ton of money on añejos and extra añejos and stuff, and you'll produce really good ones yourself that you can share with your friends and stuff. It's really cool, and you can change it up. You don't have to do American oak all the time. You can do French oak. They have cherry wood. I did one with cherry wood. This tequila, which I bought for $18, it's a good tequila. It's organic and everything. This used cherry wood for a year. It sat in here for almost a year, but it turned out great. But the cherry wood's just a lot softer than American wood, what the American oak was. So I probably won't use it again because I can get like the same results from using an American oak stave for 4 weeks. You know, it's so. Where can you buy these? bbaging.com. Go to B as in boy, aging, aging.com. And it's called Beyond Barrel Aging. And he uses like the best wood. And just make sure you get a number 3 toast because those work out the best. I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I found that 3 produced the best results. And typically figure it out that for every week that you have it in the bottle, it's equivalent to about 3 months of aging in a barrel. Okay, so if you go 4 weeks, you're looking at an añejo, a year. And if you go 12 weeks, you're looking at 36 months. Okay, so 12 weeks, you're looking at about an extra añejo. If you want to do a repo, I'd look anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. You'd have a pretty good repo from it. It may be a little dark, but the nice thing too is that after you use them once, you can use them 2 times. Second time, it won't take as much color out, but you'll still get some flavor from it, but it may take a little bit longer. So what I recommend is keep a notebook with your notes on what you're doing and what you're tasting. And then the way you check these is every week, check the flavor on them. And then what I do is, instead of like pouring it out into a glass, because I don't want to like take a whole bunch of it out, you get a pippin, piper, whatever these things called, pipins. And you get one of these, right? Pipette. And then you can just draw a little bit out of the bottle and then put it in a glass and taste it. And then, see where it's at and see if it's where you like it. And if not, you let it go a little longer and it'll get better and better and better. Do I have plans for how long for each? Yeah, I'm going to do these 2 at añejo. So my goal is to go at least a year. So at least 4 weeks. So I'm thinking 4 to 6 weeks on these before they'll hit, añejo and stronger añejo. Would I recommend aging all the way to an XA for taste as you go? Or I recommend tasting as you go, but I know for those of you that are Fortaleza fans, this is a Fortaleza still strength Blanco that I aged with French oak. So this is an amazing Fortaleza French oak extra añejo. It is so good. So that I used the still strength Blanco for it, but then also, this is my own Cascanes number 10 Blanco. You see Cascanes number 10, which is the still strength Blanco, right? That I aged into an extra añejo with French oak as well. And this is also amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a $20 1 liter Blanco from La Cofradia, which has this really nasty, funky taste to it naturally. But when you put a French oak stave into it, you age that funkiness out of it. It comes out. I call it aging the shit out of it. Excuse my French for those of you that are offended. This turned out so good. You look how much I have left in this bottle. This is French oak as well. That I created another one using the same stave. Where is it? What did I do with it? I created another one using the same stave, using the same Blanco, and it's amazing. It turned out amazing. So these are great. That Madeira is pretty, yes, it is very tasty. I love the Madeira. It's very good. All right, so Frankish wants to know, what's your preference, white oak or French oak? I've only tried the white oak, number 3 so far. I like them both, but they're both excellent. and they're both great at creating those signature flavor profiles from with French oak and American oak. So I use them both. I use them both all the time. Hey, Kevin. How long do you age for a repo? I've only done one for an XA. I normally for a repo will go like 6 months on a repo. So I'll do like 2 weeks and maybe 3 if it still doesn't have as much as I want. I may go 3 weeks on it, max. But that's where I normally look for a repo. Will ferment and ship? No, they do not ship to Massachusetts. Sorry. Sipping on Nuevo Uno Deep Añejo 2. Yes. 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 That is the best Añejo available on the market today. I don't care what anybody says. That blows Fortaleza Añejo out of the water. That blows all the other Añejos out of the water. It is so good. But the only unfortunate thing about it is they're not making it anymore. So you have to get it while they still have inventory. They're moving. That's a 2-year Añejo. They're moving to a 1 year instead. So I'm hoping that they'll send me a bottle of the 1 year to do a review on. We're working on that. I'm good friends with Noemi Partida, who's the one that owns the brand. So I'm sure she'll send me a bottle to taste it. But that Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep is amazing stuff. What do you think about it? Delicious. Okay, you already said that. All right, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, David. I hopefully never steer anybody wrong. Hola, Mark. Hope all is well. Thank you, the one. Glad you could make it tonight. Hombre, Christopher gave you a rock on. Okay, caught that. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Mio Para Rossi. It's hard for me to read all this stuff. Another rock on. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Christopher. Oh, yeah. There is a lot better stuff. Yeah, there is a lot better stuff than Fortaleza. Okay, that'll bring me to Fortaleza. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Fortaleza. Everyone goes crazy over Fortaleza, and Fortaleza is a great tequila. It's very good, but there's a lot of hype behind the brand. Okay, so there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of brands out there that are better. I don't drink that much Fortaleza. It's not that I can't get it. I've got bottles of Fortaleza all over the place in here. I've got bottles of Añejo. I got bottles of Still Strength. I just don't drink it that much because for me, it's not that good. It's great. It's a great Valle tequila, but for me, it doesn't appeal to me that well. There's so many other tequilas out there that I would rather drink instead that are easily accessible. I could easily get them and easily enjoy them, and they're not as expensive as Fortaleza. So there's a lot of hype behind the Fortaleza brand, and don't get caught up in the hype. Seriously, it's a good tequila, but there's other ones out there that are better in my opinion. So try other ones. Don't get suckered into buying bottles of Añejo from guys that don't have them on Instagram, or don't get caught up in paying gray market pricing from these guys that are selling it, that are hoarding them and selling them for a higher price on Facebook and Instagram and wherever else they're selling them. It's a good tequila. There's nothing wrong with Fortaleza at all. It's good. It's solid. But there's other brands out there that are just as good, if not better. And the Añejo that I was talking about, that Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep, that'll run circles around Fortaleza Añejo any day. It's a little more expensive, but it's easily accessible. You can buy it off a fermented still. We have it in stock, and it's a fantastic Añejo. And there's other ones too. G4 Añejo. There's El Tesoro Añejo. There's other good Añejos out there and other good brands. G4 is a fantastic brand. As a matter of fact, I got an announcement for G4. We'll talk about that in a minute. El Tesoro is a great brand, and they have their Blanco, the Repo, Añejo, their single barrel Lafrig, Mundial editions. We got a single barrel Repo that we got coming in for the collective. There's all kinds of really good tequilas out there where you don't need to go crazy over Fortaleza. You don't. It doesn't. And what happens is, the nice thing about it is, look, if you go out and you start looking at other tequilas and trying other brands that are just as good, if not better, out there on the market, and you give Fortaleza a rest, they'll have time to restock the Fortaleza and to catch up on inventory, and the retailers will get it in stock and everybody will be happy, and then you can go and buy a bottle here and there. You don't need to buy 12 bottles at once. Buy a bottle, try it, drink it if you like it or whatever, but give it time. Everyone needs to give it time to restock. Otherwise, you guys are driving the prices up on it by hoarding it and stuff, and you're causing it so it's not easily available. Go out and try some other tequilas. There's other tequilas out there that are readily available. Okay? Is El Velo triple distilled like Casa Noble? I don't think so. I think it's double distilled. I don't know. I think it's double. I think this one's double distilled, but it's on its own. It's not a good Blanco, but when you age it with a nice French oak stave, it ages the swampy funkiness that's Cofradia out of it, and it's really good. So I like it for aging projects, and it's cheap. It's like $20 for $20-something for a liter, and we sell it. We have it on ferment and still for that reason. I'm going to try this with Fortaleza. You can try it with Fortaleza Blanco. That's fine. I have a Fortaleza Blanco. I got that. What is it? That the Lit 100. I tried it. I did it with Lit 100, and it worked out good. But can you age one to be as good as Race? Ooh.
Oh yeah, baby, it's gonna be just as good, if not better than Raysol, baby. Like this one with French oak right here. Oh, it sings to me. It makes me sing so much. I just want to make sweet love to it, baby. Oh yeah, I love my Raysol, but I love a good French oak, especially when it's aged with that Beyond Barrel aging stage, baby. Oh yeah, come and get you some.
Sorry, you had to mention Raysol. You know what that does to me? You know what that does to me. You can't do that. I'm thinking about doing one with San Matias de Ona Blanco and seeing it until it gets to a Raysol taste. So you can do that. Just know that they don't use the San Matias de Ona for the Raysol though. So just know that it's a different the Tahona line. They have their own like small distillery that just does the Tahona stuff. Please tell us which brand you like more than Fortaleza. Well, G4 is one of them. I drink probably a lot more than Fortaleza. Terralta is another one I drink a lot more than Fortaleza. El Tesoro, I drink a lot more than Fortaleza. The for añejos, that Nuevo Uno Añejo Deep is fantastic. I've probably polished off more bottles of that than Fortaleza. Corrido, which is a really good tequila line as well, which is Ana Romero Mena has her hands involved in that. Fantastic tequila line. I drink that a lot more than Fortaleza. What else do I drink more for? Viva Mexico, fantastic tequila line as well. Made traditionally from the Vivancos up in Arandas. I drink that one more than Fortaleza. There's a lot of them I drink more than Fortaleza. So there, and I like them more than Fortaleza. What are some other ones? That Carrera Blanco, seriously though, that Carrera Blanco is life-changing. If you haven't tried the new Carrera CTB Lote CTB 045, it's the new Lote. It's a new flavor profile. It is fantastic. It turned out so good. And the nice thing about it is that I actually helped him create the flavor profile on it, and it worked. It worked so well. And it's going to be the Tequila Hombre edition high proof. So the 108 proof is coming. It'll be here probably in February. But that is going to be mind-blowingly good. And some people will say, how do you know? Because I have a sample bottle of it. That's how I know. It started out as a 108 proof Blanco, and then they liked it so much they said, hey Hombre, do you mind if we dilute it down and use it for the rest of the line? I said, no, go ahead. So they diluted it down for the regular Carrera Blanco, and it is absolutely amazing. So much flavor. You can't believe that it's 40 40% and not more. So, all right, so let me see. What is Christopher says? I'm going to have to rent a car and come out. Okay, well, you do you, boo. Come on out. Please tell us which brand you like more. Okay, I did that one already. Cascanis. Yeah, Cascanis is a good brand, too. Love G4 was blown away on how affordable and available it is here. Yeah, it's affordable here, too. $37 a bottle for the Blanco. You can get the Blanco, and the 108 proof is by far one of the best high-proof Blancos I've ever had. It was one of the best until I tried the 108 proof Carrera. The G4 108 proof was my favorite high-proof Blanco. Next below it was the Calle 23 Criollo, which is amazing. And then below that was Fortaleza Still Strength, which is good. But the G4 is amazing stuff. Felipe does it right. Oh, which Blanco would you compete with Calle 20? I just gave you the answer to that. The G4 108 proof beats it, in my opinion. It's a lot more complex and stuff. So G4 has become impossible to get in Massachusetts. Not so many very good tequilas have been sitting on shelves out here, but now people are realizing not how much the bottle costs, it's how it's made. Exactly. Yes. Well, we used to ship to Massachusetts, but their state attorney is coming down on people for doing that, so we don't do that anymore. They said, please stop, and so we did. So sorry, we can't sell to Massachusetts anymore. I feel better now. I almost bought at least 5 Fortalezas at a local store, but decided to take just one, hoping not to regret it. Yeah, no, they're okay. It's a lot of hype. It's a lot of hype behind the brand. And it'll get you a lot of likes on Instagram if you post the bottle or on Reddit. But it's really not life-changing. There's other ones out there that are better, in my opinion. And I say, look, it's a good one to add to your rotation. But what I do is I say, give it a break, right? Let them restock. It's such a small distillery. They can't produce a whole lot. They can't keep up with demand. But if people stop buying it to start and let them restock, then you can go pick up a bottle here and there. And then the price will come down and things won't be so crazy. People won't be hoarding it to sell it to you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And things will be a lot better that way. So... will the Carrera be? The Carrera is on fermented still right now. The low CTB 045. So if you go and buy the Carrera Blanco, that is what you'll be getting right now. That is all that we have on inventory on the Carrera, right? The Carrera Blanco. So if you buy a Carrera Blanco, you will get the 40% low CTB 045. Now, if you're asking whether the still strength Blanco will be on there, eventually, that one is exclusive for my group, the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. So the members get first access to that. And if they buy it all, they buy it all. If they don't, then it'll go up for a higher price up on Fermented Still. So that one's supposed to be an exclusive for the collective. And there's a bunch of other tequilas that we're getting that are exclusive batches for my group, the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. And I'll do a video explaining the collective and post it up on the Tequila Hombre channel so you guys can understand it better. So it will definitely be there. Pretty bottle. What's a pretty bottle? I don't know what pretty bottle. Yes, they do. Do you parafilm any bottles? I've been putting it on my Calle 23 Criollo bottle so that I can sip that for a few years. Worried about that natural cork. It's a bit loose. Well, if you're worried about it being a bit loose, I'd recommend doing that. I don't paraffin anything because I don't really let bottles sit around that much for that long. I've got like 14 bottles of the Calle 23 Criollo, so I'm not worried about it. I drink it when I open a bottle. I normally drink it pretty quick. So, but if I was to save it and stuff, I would use argon gas in the bottle to get the air out, and then I would use the paraffin film wax, around the top. I did that with my Fortalezas, my low 42A Fortalezas. I have paraffin around it just because I was saving those, and we'll talk about that too in just a minute here. So I tried Fuente Seca Blanco, pretty good. I still prefer Fortaleza Blanco. Yeah, you had to try the have you tried the Pura Sangre? The Pura Sangre Fuerte Blanco is really good. I like Pura Sangre better than Fuente Seca. Pura Sangre is the house brand for 1146. That's the one that Enrique Fonseca kept for himself. So that one's really good. If you get a chance, try it. You can get, I think we get the liter bottles. I don't know if it's in stock. I have to check with the partners, but it was like $39.99 for a liter bottle of it, which is really good. And it's a great Blanco tequila. And it's funny because I was sitting here one night doing some work and working on some things, and I get text messages from Jake Lustig, who's the guy that owns the Artenom Selección brand and does that, but he also was the importer for Fuente Seca and stuff through Haas Brothers. He's was the vice president for them. But he messaged me and he's like, "Hey, guess what we're doing?" And it was him and Enrique were at a bar. They were drinking the Pura Sangre Fuerte, and they're getting drunk on it, and they're drunk messaging me, which is for some reason I get all these drunk messages from all these producers and stuff. It's kind of fun. But I just received a bottle of Carrera. It looks like a new bottle, but no lot number. Do you know if the new bottles are? No, if there is the lot number, do you have your bottle handy, Arash? I'll show you where to find the lot number. Okay, it's easy. They all have lot numbers. If you look, you turn the bottle around to the back and look through the back of the bottle, you'll see printing on the bottom front label. All right, so let me see if I can show this, if I can get this to focus. So there, you can see that printing right down here. So if you look at that, it'll say like load CTB045 on the top of it. So that'll tell you what load number it is, and it says 6722 at 103528. So that's where you find the load numbers. You turn the bottle around to the back, and then you look at the front, through the bottle at the front label to find the load number. If you ordered it from Ferment and Still, it's the correct load. So that's how you know. Okay, do you see it now on the lower label? Do you see it on the lower front label? Take a look. Take a look. Hey, while you guys are waiting, while we're waiting for Arash to answer, go ahead and click that like button, guys. Give me a like. Okay, there you go. Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, Ferment and Still only has the new load. We don't have anything else but the new load. So if you order it from Ferment and Still, you'll get the new load. And while you guys are waiting, click that thumbs up button, click that like button. Give me a like. It doesn't cost anything. All right, so now now we're going to talk about, okay, we're talking about Fortaleza. Oh, G4. I said I had something for you guys on G4. The G4 6-year Extra Añejo is on its way to the U.S. It's going to be amazing. There's only 500 bottles coming to the U.S., so this is very limited. The suggested retail price on it's $499.99. We're going to get some for Ferment and Still, so those of you that are members, you guys get first shot at it. For Discord and YouTube members, so look for the posting on those, but it's coming, so it's going to be very hard to get some. According to Felipe, he said it's the best extra Añejo he's ever produced, and I really like the 5-year. For my group, the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, we bought the first 2 barrels of it, and we sold the first 2 barrels of it, and it was really good. And so this one, if he says it's better than the 5-year, I'm looking forward to it. It should be amazing. I'm really looking forward to tasting that one. So, yeah, I know, the price is expensive, but there's only 500 bottles, okay? That's the thing. It's, hey, ¿cómo está, Leo Bravo? Bienvenido, welcome. Now let's talk about, we talk about the pricing. Everyone goes, oof, okay? you got to understand these things are not meant for everybody, right? They're not meant for everybody. They're meant for the people that understand what's gone into them, the people that are going to appreciate them. So they're priced at that level, but they're also priced at that level because 1,000 bottles, right? Been sitting for 6 years in barrels, just 1,000 bottles. So they have to make all the money up off of 1,000 bottles. Okay. Then they load those 1,000 bottles onto a truck and they have to pay the pricing for shipping and spread it out over 1,000 bottles. That's it. Normally when they do a shipment, they normally will send multiple pallets of tequila and spread the cost over multiple pallets for the transportation, right? They can't do that when they do a small batch. They just send the small batch. So it costs more. And so it brings the price up. And then, they also do it because if they sold it for cheaper, some idiot that's a third market reseller would buy it all up and sell it to you for the price that they're selling it for as a suggested retail price. It's life. It's the way it is. So I'd rather that Felipe Camarena gets the money and it supports his distillery and supports his artistry and what he does than some idiot on Facebook that's making bank off of buying stuff and taking advantage of people like you and me. And I saw that happen with the whole winter blend fiasco starting back in 2019 when the first bottle came out. Receiving my bottle of Diablito Rojo today. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, you already cracked it open? It's so good, isn't it? It's well worth the price, and people keep going, oof, which is good because that means there's more for people like you and me to buy. So it's not all, they didn't get all sucked up right away. Okay, you absolutely respect that and agree entirely. Yes, okay, good. It's not crazy, and they're not doing it to rip you off. I know these people personally, and if Felipe could put this in everybody's hands for a cheap price, he would. But he's got a distillery to run. He's got employees who have families to feed. He's got to cover his bills. He's got a farm to run. He's got an agave ranch to run. So he's got to cover his bills. He's got to make money on it. All right. So being somebody who likes to put tequila in people's hands, one of the things that I promoted today on Instagram was that I'm going to be giving away a full flight of Fortaleza Winter Blend. I am a man of my word. So we got Winter Blend 2019, Winter Blend 2020, Winter Blend 2021, and Winter Blend 2022. So I'm going to be giving this away, a full flight tasting set here tonight. So I'm trying to think of a way to do that. So I got what I'm basically doing is I'm taking all my Winter Blend bottles and I'm making them into sample bottles. So I'll be giving away multiple sets over a period of time. So if you want to win one, literally just go. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at the Tequila Hombre. You subscribe here and you subscribe at the Tequila Hombre YouTube channel, and just comment and on everything after you subscribe and stuff. When I do live streams, come to the live stream, participate, comment, ask questions. You'll learn, you will have fun, and then you'll have a chance of winning, because I'm just going to randomly start giving this stuff away. And so people can get some of the stuff that's normally hard to get. So you don't have to spend the ridiculous money that retailers are looking for on this. It's a $90 bottle that they're selling for $300. $90 wholesale is the cost of to the retailer. We dumped it for cheap to our members on Discord and stuff. They got a good price on it. And then, when we put it, when the rest of the partners wanted to put up on Ferment and Still to get money, they raised the price up a lot more. So membership has its privileges, and I'll do a thing on a video on the membership so you guys can understand this too. If you want to support the channel and stuff by picking up a membership or doing the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective and getting some of these exclusive batches that we're getting into, including the Yayo Reposado barrel. The single barrel reposado, we're going to be the first to get that here in the U.S. Matter of fact, John Bollinger is supposed to be sending me the bottle so I can pick our barrel. So I was supposed to go to Mexico with him last month, but I wasn't able to make it work. It's not the makers that killing people with the price; it's the stores taking them in. That markup in the States are insane. Yeah, some of the stuff for Fortaleza and stuff, like the winter blend, that's true. But for stuff like the El Tesoro, I mean, yeah, okay. The suggested retail price is $4.99 on it, but it's allocated, which means the retailers only get a certain amount, and so they're trying to make as much money off of it as possible. When you don't buy it, though, it's gonna sit. So if you don't want to pay the high prices, don't buy them. Let them sit, and when it sits, they'll lower the price to get rid of it. So, and then you'll be able to get it for a better price. That's the way it works. Supply and demand. That's how Fortaleza can work too. The more you don't buy it, the lower the prices come down because there's more supply available for everybody. All right. So before we give away the Fortaleza, let's talk a little bit about football this weekend, right? I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan. For those of you that know that, it is great that they made it to the second round. All right, so let's talk about football for this weekend. We have on Saturday, the first game, we have Jacksonville versus the Chiefs versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are -9 points. I don't know. I don't think Jacksonville has a chance against Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to clean up the field with them. So I wouldn't take Kansas City -9. I think Kansas City will beat them by more than 9. So that's my personal. What are you guys thinking about that game? So, and then also the Giants versus the Eagles. Okay, being a Cowboys fan, I hate both those teams. So if for all I care, both of them could just fall down and just disappear on the field, and I would be okay with that. But the Eagles are 7.5 point favorites on that game. I would love to see the Giants beat them because I think the Cowboys have a better chance of beating the Giants than they do the Eagles. But I think the shot of that happening is not good. So I think the Eagles are going to cover on that game. And then my second team, the Bengals. Okay, hooday for all my Ohio, Cincinnati people. Hooday! I'm a huge Bengals fan. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Used to go to Riverfront Stadium when it existed and watch the Bengals play. I was there on the coldest game in Bengals history, -69 degrees when they played the Chargers in the playoffs. I'm a huge Bengals fan. I used to watch Chris Collinsworth as a wide receiver for the Bengals. And I think the Bills are -5.5, but I think the Bengals are going to win out straight in this game. They're going to cover the spread, and they're going to win outright. They're going to beat the Bills. So Joe Burrows, Bengals, hooday, go get it. I'm going to be wearing my Joe Burrows jersey on Saturday in the morning, and then I'm taking it off after that game and putting my Ezekiel Elliott jersey on, and go Cowboys against the Niners. The Niners are 4-point favorites on Sunday. I think the Cowboys are going to have a hard time against it. I would love to see a Cowboys win. I'm not exactly positive that that's going to happen. I wouldn't bet money on it, but just out of the blue, I'm going to take the Cowboys in the 4 points. That's what I think. All right, so Victor says Jacksonville has no chance. I don't think they have a chance either. I think they're going to get killed. I think they're in way over their heads against Kansas City. So the kicker is not doing very good for your. Yeah, he didn't. But there's a whole story behind that about when they marked the spot on the field, and I guess the refs kept telling them they had to take it. The ref kept coming and picking up the spot for the mark, and it shook the kicker up. And they said that was the first time ever, like in the whole season, that they wouldn't let him put like something down on the field to mark where the ball was going to go for the kicker. So there was like a story behind that. But he's going to be okay for this game, so I'm not worried about it. Kansas City, Eagles, Bengals, boys. Okay, those are your picks. Okay. I agree. I think I agree with that. I do. Jags are nice up and coming young team, but you got the Chiefs too, right? Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, they're good. I think they'll be good in the future. They're kind of G-Men over Eagle. Oh, that's going to be rough. I hope you're right, Todd. I hope the Giants beat the Eagles because I hate the Eagles. I hate the Eagles more than the Giants, especially this year. And I think the Cowboys have a better chance of beating the Giants than they do the Eagles. But I think the Eagles are just going to be too strong. I do. Always root against. I agree with that 100%, Kevin. I agree with it 100%. The Eagles are the worst team to root for, and their fans are obnoxious. They're absolutely obnoxious. If you're an Eagles fan, I'm sorry. It's just true. You guys are so obnoxious. You think the Jacksonville Jaguars Chiefs game is going to be close? Oh. Ugh. Chiefs are going to smash Giants, and Eagles is going to be close. Yeah, I think the Giants-Eagles may be a closer one. Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to destroy the Jaguars. So, I want to win the Winter Blend, but I'm not going to kiss your butt. I still want the Cowboys to lose. Sorry, Mr. Hey, it's not based on whether you kiss my butt or not. I know you don't like the Cowboys because you're an Oilers fan, which, how are they doing in the playoffs? Oh, wait. That's right. They're not in the playoffs. I'm so sorry, the one. I second the one. Actually, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, they're the worst. And I'm sorry if you're an Eagles fan, and maybe you're not one, but a lot of them are really bad, obnoxious fans. So I've heard the experience that they're. Yeah, I've heard it too. I've heard people that get pelted with food and stuff like that just for wearing another team's jersey in the stadium, and then they get just harassed and brutalized in the parking lot and stuff there. I've seen videos of it. It's absolutely horrible. So I don't know why anybody would want to go through that. Sorry, the one. I know that was a little hardcore on you, but Texas, Texas, you're an Oilers fan. Texas is in the playoffs, but you have to root for the Cowboys. So Bengals don't have what it takes to beat the Bills. Sorry, Mark, but your Cowboys ain't going to make it until they get rid of Jerry. Yeah, well, I'm kind of a realist on that too. I think the Cowboys are probably going to probably lose to San Francisco. I agree with that, but I'm hopeful that may not be the case. If Dak plays like he did against Tampa Bay, which is like half the team San Francisco is, I think they have a good chance, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Dak and that he's not going to be throwing interceptions and stuff. And I think Jerry needs to just step out of the way and let somebody else come in and run that team. So I'm not confident that the Cowboys are going to win. I'm just hopeful that they do. I'd love to see them make it to the next round and get further along. We need it. I mean, the last time we've got deep into the playoffs was when Des Bryant catch happened in Green Bay, where it just totally ruined us. So we'll see. I think the Bengals have what it takes to beat the Bills, though. I do. I really do. You're still recovering from the Chargers loss? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was a rough game. I don't know how you can blow a 20-point lead at halftime, but they did it. Boy, talk about a major choke. That was horrible. That's where I think that these NFL games are fixed. I really do. Sorry, they're state rivals. We just could lose every game except to the Cowboys. I understand. I know what rivalry is all about. But you never know. It's right. Any given Sunday, something can happen. So I'm hoping for the best. And I'll be wearing my Cowboys jersey and cheering them on. I'm a hardcore Cowboys fan. I've been a Cowboys fan since Don Meredith was their quarterback. So I got to live through the Troy Aikman days, which was fantastic. And then it's been rough ever since Jerry Jones took over when they fired Landry and everybody. And, Jimmy Johnson was the coach. That was great. But then after they canned Jimmy Johnson, and because him and Jerry didn't get along, then everything's just been really not good since then. But I have hope. I still love the team, so I only hope that the games are good. Yeah, I hope the games are good too. I agree. Dez did catch that. That was a catch. And they still show the video today, and everyone goes, that was a catch. That would have been ruled a catch today. I agree. It was a catch. We got robbed, and Green Bay went on, and we didn't. So, all right. So now it's about time for me to wrap things up. Let's give away this Fortaleza Winter Blend. I'm going to just randomly pick somebody here that's been commenting and participating all night, which I appreciate. And we're going to give away, we're going to do this. Just going to randomly pick somebody here that's been commenting and stuff. Stephanie, congratulations. You're the winner of a full flight of Winter Blend from 2019 to 2022. So email me at mark@thetequilahombre.com with your address, and I will send these out to you. And you guys, we got more of these bottles. Look, I got like tons of these things here. I'm going to be giving away more flights, so just keep tuning in on the live streams and stuff, and I'll just randomly pick people to give these things away to, so you guys can try them, all right? But Stephanie, message me, and I will get this off to you, so you can try the full flight of Fortaleza Winter Blend, all right? And then the rule is, though, when I send you these, you got to respond back and eventually tell me what you think about them and whether they were all that and stuff. So congratulations, Stephanie. Everyone's congratulating you. Thank you. There you go. All right. See you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you guys next week. Next Tuesday, we're going to do the first tasting of these aged expressions, and then we'll have more stuff to talk about as well. How often do I do live streams? Probably twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. But I'll also be posting other videos and stuff. So make sure you check stuff out here on the Hombre Cave, and make sure you give everything a like. You guys click the thumbs up button. I'll get these off to Stephanie, and hopefully she enjoys them. But she'll get to now say that she's tried every winter blend that's ever been made. And you could too, for all you know. Just keep, following on Instagram, comment on the post on Instagram, come to the live streams here, comment on the reviews and stuff on Tequila Hombre. I'm going to be giving this stuff away so you guys can try it. I want to get as many people trying this stuff as possible so you guys know what they want. So just went to purchase it for Carrera and Ferment Still. They don't ship. Yeah, we don't ship to Michigan. We just recently stopped, so I apologize for that. All right, guys, so have a good night. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep watching here on the Hombre Cave and on the Tequila Hombre, and try some of the tequilas I recommend, and you'll be in good shape. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a happy weekend. Go Cowboys.